I've found Mitragyna Speciosa relatively easy to propagate via cutting. You'll want a clean cut on one of your branches using a small pipe cutter, and you'll want to remove all but perhaps 2 or 1 leaf. As you can see on these cuttings, I've left 2 small leaves on this cutting. A bit lower down, a single larger leaf on another. You'll want to initially place them into water directly, as otherwise the leaves will go quite limp and potentially drop. Once it's been in water for a few hours and it's potentially gone limp and then resumed to turgidness, you can place it into perlite. You can see I've got a layer of water at the bottom. That should be keeping the perlite moist, but we do not want to put the cutting into the water layer itself, as that can lead to rot. Initially, you're going to see some wilting of the leaves once again, but you can repeatedly remove them from the perlite and place them back into water when the leaves are sufficiently wilted. And eventually, when a root system is established, they're no longer going to continue wilting when you put them back into the perlite. I've had success doing about 1 day on, 1 day off, after a few days of alternating it every half day. And this cutting is a few weeks old. You can see, I'll move it now. There are a few roots established. These are small, but they really do help with keeping that water intake up and stopping wilting. You'll also notice these are in a separate jar to my mother plant. This is on purpose. My mother plant is being held at about 80% RH, and your cuttings should probably be kept much closer to 90-95. And so I've just had that with a closed jar. You want to keep it at a much lower light level as well, as this will also reduce the rate of transpiration and give it more time to develop roots as it's losing water. Because what we want to do is effectively give it as much water as it can take without rot. And so if it needs less water to begin with, we don't need to give it as much water, we don't need to deprive it of the oxygen for as long.